Welcome back to Zatino Talks. I am super excited to be back and here talking to all of you. Welcome to the space where we talk about testimonies, love, and lifestyle. I wanted to do a short video and at least one more video before the year ends of 2023 and llegamos al año de 2024. Es súper importante to just take some time and reflexionar about what this year has been for you. And I know that's cliche. A lot of people do like new year, new me, or visions, or all these goals. And it feels like, what's the point? But there is a point. There's something about writing things on paper, writing them down visually for you know what you're working towards. I want to take this time to reflect on the 2 and 3 things that I've learned about myself and my relationship with other people. So let's get started. 2 things that I've learned about myself is number 1, just how much I really appreciate rest and a peace of mind. Now, I'm a person that's an overthinker, so my mind is constantly racing. And this year, I've noticed myself be a lot more mature in noticing when I'm go, 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 and when I just need to pause and rest. Like I remember years ago, I wouldn't know until I was at a place of burning out. Then I was like, oh yeah, I need to rest. But this year, I just noticed a maturity in knowing when I needed to slow down and then doing that. And really getting into just being in silence. I'm a person that loves TV as like background noise when I'm just home, but just having those moments where I'm like playing jazz music in the background or instrumental or soaking worship music, just having more silence really physically that allowed me to have silence in my mind. And so I really see that as the biggest wealth. Like having a lot of money is not it. It's like having a peace of mind. That is luxury. That is true wealth. The second thing that I've learned about myself this year is how much I absolutely can't hide my emotions. I'm a person that wears her heart on her sleeve and really her emotions are out there. And for the longest, I really thought that I was like covert and that like people didn't really know what I was thinking or feeling. And I lived this lie of like hiding behind this guard. But I've learned this year that I am a person who's really sensitive emotionally, but I'm also sensitive to how I'm connecting with other people. I'm sensitive to how people respond to how I'm talking to them, and just appreciating that part of me, that sensitive part of me. And sometimes I believe, como mujeres in this day and age, we are almost like brought up to be very tough exterior, and it's just like this guard. Just pausing to accept my emotions, accept that I'm feeling an emotion and not rushing past it. That's one thing that I've learned, is how important it is to feel, but how much I was doing to try and pretend that I wasn't feeling something. So I learned to sit with what I was feeling, and it's okay. That's what we learn in therapy, right? You got to process some things out. You got to sit in the emotion. 3 things that I learned about being in relationship with other people. Now, being in relationship with yourself is the biggest relationship that you'll have. Being in relationship with other people, I believe, is the second biggest relationships you'll ever have. And so 3 things that I learned about myself in relationship with other people is how much I really care about people, but also how much sometimes I go people please. And through people pleasing, can put my foot in my mouth, can over engage on something that I really knew I couldn't do but said yes to. And so I learned that really it comes from a heart of wanting to be kind to other people, but sometimes it's misconstrued into people pleasing. And so I learned, kind of similar to what I was saying about sitting with my emotion, how it's okay to feel what you feel and make room for other people, but also make room for yourself in relationships, especially. The second thing that I learned about being in relationship with other people is how important it is to forgive. How important it is to, I don't know, when I think when I was younger, I still get offended, right? I'm a human. But when I was younger, I would get more easily offended, or more like, oh my God, what's wrong with that person? Or, oh my gosh, who does she think she is? Or who do they think they are? And I think it really helps being a therapist. But as a therapist, I've learned that like there's always a story behind someone's behavior. It's never just, typically it's never just out of like they want to be evil, you know what I'm saying? And so I've learned how important it is to forgive and how to look past people's flaws, especially if it's not like creating deep harm to me, like just to give grace. How important it is to give grace to other people. So that's not to say you will stick around and take harm and abuse. Don't do that. But how it is to give grace, and really leaning on God to give you that discernment of when it is like a time for just extend grace, and when it's a time of like, yeah, let's move forward from this friendship or relationship, right? But just how important it is to give grace. And the third thing that I've learned about being in relationship with other people is that relationships, friendships, with family, with loved ones, with your intimate person, it really is like a plant. You got to water it, you got to nurture it, you got to come to understand what kind of plant it is, what kind of person is that, what kind of water is best for it, filtered water, which I feel like is always best for all plants. But, just you really got to understand your person that you're in relationship with. And it is like a plant. You got to nurture it. You got to give it sunlight. You got to give it, quality time. And so really understanding that nurturing your friendships, nurturing those relationships that you have is really important, even if that means setting a reminder. I know there's many times where I would kind of look through, my text thread, or I have all the people that I'm commonly texting. So it's like I'll sometimes periodically look through that and see who haven't I texted back in a while, who haven't I reached out to in a while. And so just kind of due diligence of that, just reaching out to people, putting reminders for yourself to reach out, to schedule a hangout with a friend. And so just doing that kind of TLC work here. Those are the 2 and 3 things that I've learned this year about myself and others. That is the greatest thing, right? The Word of God says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And I really sat with that verse for the last couple of months, that I have to love myself in a beautiful way. And from the love that I have in myself, then the love to the other person will flow. And so I'm just so grateful to God. I thank Jesus for just seeing me through everything this year. I'm so grateful for my beautiful and amazing, handsome boyfriend. I'm so grateful for my beautiful mother, my amazing father, my cousins, my family and friends that surround me, church community. I'm just so grateful for who has been around my life and has helped me to sharpen to be a better person. And I'm just grateful for what God has in store for 2024. As I turned 31 this year, this is the Proverbs 31 woman year. What is that? Look it up. Proverbs 31 woman. But I'm so excited, and I just wish the best for you, whoever's watching, the best for you in this coming year, that you would enjoy it, and that it would be a year of great blessing, great open doors. And I hope this video motivates you to sit with yourself and think about what are the 2 things you've learned about yourself, and what are the 3 things that you've learned about being in relationship with other people. And if you want to, comment that below, share with all of us, share with everyone here. And I look forward to dropping more videos and connecting more with the community of YouTube. And I love you all. Thank you for the support. Until next year, goodbye. And this is farewell for Zatina.